So I just spend the past like 30 seconds talking to myself because I didn't click the record button. Hi guys, it's Harmony. It's been a while. Like 4 months since my webcam broke and I haven't been able to film videos, and now I finally got a new computer and here I am. So I'm not gone anymore. Hi. I feel like some of you might not know who I am since it's been that long and some of you might be new. I'm trying to talk slower. That's kind of my like new video thing, just because Lauren makes fun of me so often about talking really, really fast in my videos. So, talking slow. I have some topics that I wanted to talk about, some that I missed. So let's go ahead and get started. The first one would be my favorite book to movie adaptation, and I have to lean into the screen to get the book, because it is Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones. I've kind of talked about this before, I think, or maybe I just talk about it in real life a lot, so I'm sick of hearing myself talk about it. But it's hands down possibly my favorite movie, tied with Spirited Away. Howl's Moving Castle is filmed by Hayao Miyazaki, one of the most famous Japanese directors in the world, in Studio Ghibli, and it is an absolutely stunning, amazing movie. It's just so amazing, and I feel like since I've watched a lot of animation these past few months, I rewatched it yesterday, and the animation is so fluid and so good, and the storyline is amazing of these books. It's about this girl who gets turned into an old lady and then goes on a journey and ends up in Howl's castle, and Howl is this very temperamental, precocious, kind of asshole wizard who eats the hearts of young ladies, which is the rumor that's going on around him. And it was just amazing. And the amazing thing is that the book and the movie aren't that similar. You know, the movie's based on the book, but they're two very separate entities, and I enjoyed them both equally. Like, I didn't get frustrated that the movie wasn't like the book, because I thought they were both so good on their own, which I think is something that's really, really rare. So, next one is, favorite book first lines, and I have my book picked out, and it is Codename Verity. The first line is, I can remember it, I am a coward, and I just think if you've read the book, and if you haven't, I really, really recommend it, because it's going to win, well, it's already won, but it's going to win all the awards, and it did win all the awards, because it's absolutely stunning. And it says, I am a coward, I wanted to be heroic, and I pretend that I was, I have always been good at pretending. And that just brought me in. I was really, really hesitant to read the book just because it seemed like such a slow book, but everyone recommended it to me so much that I finally gave in and bought it, and it was just amazing. I stayed up until like 4 in the morning on a school night to read it, and to put that into perspective, I wake up at 5:30 for school, so I definitely did not get any sleep that night. Next one would be what would I want to have a spin-off. I'm reading from this paper and I can't even read my own handwriting. But I would really, really want Seven Realms by Cindy Williams G to get a spin-off. Just like that world is so well constructed that you could have like so many stories in it. And since the series ended last month, I'm really, really upset about it. I really miss the story, even though I read it like 3 weeks ago, and it's just amazing. And I know that she's writing a spin-off to her first series now, and she said in an interview that she might go back to Seven Realms, so I'm really, really hoping for it. And yeah, next one. The next one was how I write reviews, which I think is a funny question, just because I am probably the most like disorganized person when it comes to writing reviews ever. I don't do like two of the common things that like smart people usually do. Like, one, write a review right after I read a book, and two, schedule posts. I don't schedule posts just because I feel like I don't know how I feel about it. I just feel like if I write a post, I have to be like in the mood to write a post. I can't just be like, oh, let me write like 10 posts right now and then just save them. Like, I just don't see the fun in that. I'm more of a spontaneous blogger, so I've never scheduled posts. I think the only time I've ever scheduled posts is when I have like a guest post or an interview or something like that. But I write my reviews in the sense that I have 4 different sections. I have, besides like the little intro section where I write like my initial thoughts, I have plot, world building, characters, love interest. And if the writing is really, really good, that does go into plot. So those are just like the criteria that I have when I'm writing a review, and it's the thing that I go by. Like, you will never see love interest anywhere except the bottom. I don't know why. It's just the way that I write it. And yeah, that's it really. I write all of my reviews like 15 minutes before they go up, so it's not like I have like some secret plan or anything like that when I'm writing. Next, we have favorite male point of view. That would be Insignia by S.J. Kincaid. It is also one of my favorite books of the year. It was amazing. I just loved it. I think the reason that I loved it so much is just I find the idea of Tom as a main character to be very interesting because he's not it's not that he's ruthless, but he's very, very morally gray in some areas, and I think it's very interesting to have a protagonist who is not like all good, but is not all bad either, and he's a very like gray character, which I really, really liked to read about because I love reading about very like versatile and interesting characters. So I really, really recommend that book. It's amazing. It is a boy book technically, but I liked it. So yeah, let's keep going. My last one was TV shows. And I haven't seen a real person show in about like 3 months. So the only real people show I've seen is Vampire Diaries, and I haven't started anything new that has actual people in it. But why not? Let's talk about the animes that I've seen in the past 2 weeks. I started Darker Than Black 2 weeks ago. I finished the first season. It was really, really amazing. Also, very morally gray, ambiguous characters. It's about this world where, well, our world, but in the future where this gate has opened and these people get like these abilities, but in return to getting the abilities, one, they have to pay a price every time they use them, and it can be something really, really silly like having to, I know one of the guys had to turn the shoes of whoever he killed over, but then other people had to pay really big prices, like they had to hurt themselves after they would use it, or they would have to there was this girl who'd have to like eat cigarettes, and it was just gross, but it was really, really amazing. And I also started watching last night a show called Kimi no Tokote. I don't speak Japanese, but it's really, really good. It is just the cutest thing I have seen in ages, and I really, really like it just because all of the characters are very, very defined, and I think that's something that's really, really prominent in shoujo anime. I feel like at this point you guys should just stop watching if you don't watch anime, because I'm going to be using like terms and stuff, but it's very common in girl anime to not have like a very significant plot, but to have very well-rounded characters, and I really, really like that. And I'm talking too much, so I'm gonna leave you guys. Happy New Year. I'm really happy to be back. I hope you guys have an amazing 31st, and I will see you next week. Okay, bye.